Firstly, how exciting to be back here in Wollongong, hopefully 48 hours away from seeing Sam put on a show before he heads overseas later this year.
Yeah, so exciting arriving here in Wollongong this morning with Sam Goodman's name up outside the Wynn Entertainment Centre here, and it is fast becoming the house that Sam built, because last time we had Sam Goodman against Mark Schliebs. Mark Schliebs was brilliant in the build-up to that fight, but Sam Goodman was fantastic on fight night. They really get behind him here. He's got the Mad Bunch, of course, his supporter gang who get along to the fights and are really excited again to see him against a world-class opponent and one step away from one of the biggest fights in all of boxing, that shot at the undisputed title against Naoya Inoue.
Well, today gets his first look at his opponent on Wednesday night, Chainoi Worawut, who only arrived here in Oz a few days ago. What are you expecting from the world number 8, who doesn't speak a whole lot of English?
No, he doesn't. He'll be conducting himself through a translator today, but we just saw him having his photos taken for the promotion. I can tell you he has arrived in fantastic condition. He looks great, Chainoi Worawut, and he is a big puncher as well. That's what he's renowned for. He's undefeated in 26 professional fights. He is the world number 8, as you mentioned. So he's going to test Sam Goodman, and he knows that if he can cause an upset here in Sam Goodman's hometown, perhaps it's him who gets to go to Japan and fight for all of the belts. So it is a life-changing evening for Worawut potentially on Wednesday night, but it is all on the line for Sam Goodman. A loss is really unthinkable here.
Well, if we don't get too much out of our headliners today, hopefully we will, but if we don't, we certainly will out of our co-main event fighters in Barry Hall and Curtis Scott, who you sat down with a few days ago, and things got pretty ugly pretty quickly.
Yeah, they really did. This one's probably been bubbling away, but it really started to catch fire and overflow the other day when we sat down for that face-off. Curtis Scott, he was in a mood to get inside the head of Barry Hall, and clearly that is what he is trying to do. Remains to be seen if he managed to do that, but it certainly felt like it sitting in between them. A lot of very unfriendly words were exchanged, and I think it has lit the fuse for today, tomorrow, and then for this fight, with a lot of feeling now in this fight. Previously, Barry Hall didn't even know who Curtis Scott was. He knows who he is now, and he knows that he really wants to put a beating on him.
Well, let's have a look at what went down during the face-off before we get this press conference underway.
Look, he's not very well liked. A lot of people say to me that they want me to knock your head off. So,
join the club, mate.
Yeah.
Well, my side of the fence, there's not many two people that fucking like you either.
Yeah. Well, that's yeah.
Like it's not a liking competition. Like it's a fight. We had to go out there and settle it in the ring.
Well, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely fine with that. That's why I jumped at the chance when you called me out. So
good.
Yeah, but don't shoot the messenger either. I'm just telling you what people are
and contradict
saying.
yourself. Like either you're saying it or you're going to say don't.
I'm telling you what people are saying to me.
I don't give a fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't care. I don't care at all. I don't care
shirty
about what other people say about me.
You're getting a little bit shirty about it.
Huh?
Getting a little bit shirty about it.
Nah, not really, mate. I'm just stating facts that I couldn't give a fuck what people think, and then you're going to say shoot the messenger. Like I couldn't give a fuck. That's it.
I got asked the question and I answered it.
Good. Good.
That's all we're here for.
Yeah. Well, you think you can intimidate me? You think you'll give me these fucking crazy eyes and try and intimidate me? Man, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. You're trying to stare through me with them fucking beady little eyes you got. Man, I don't care. You don't intimidate me.
Whenever you want, mate.
You don't intimidate me at all.
Oh, plenty of hostility between Barry Hall and Curtis Scott during the face-off a few days ago. Let's see what unfolds here today. Here's Ben Damon with the press conference.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the official press conference ahead of another stacked card brought to you by No Limit Boxing that you'll see on Main Event Television this Wednesday night. Of course, you can access Main Event via Foxtel and KO. Ben Damon is my name, and in our main event this Wednesday night, we get to see Wollongong's own Sam Goodman. He's the mandatory world title challenger, but he's gone all in. He's risking absolutely everything, taking on the world number 8, the big punching and undefeated Thai, Chainoi Worawut, who joins us here today and we'll have a chat with very, very shortly. A stacked card as well, as I mentioned. Plenty of interest in this cross-code heavyweight battle between Barry Hall and Curtis Scott. The flame has well and truly been lit for that one with the face-off we conducted a few days ago, and one that has the boxing world talking in the former world title challenger Liam Wilson taking on Yusuf Dib. Plenty of good fights right throughout this undercard as well, and really looking forward to getting back here to the Wynn Entertainment Centre where we had such a successful time out last time with Goodman taking on Mark Schliebs. I'll bring in George Rose, who's sitting up here with all his friends at the moment. George, good to see you, mate. How good to be back here in Wollongong again after the success of that last show and knowing what is on the line for Goodman.
Yeah, look, I think one of the things that I really love about Wollongong, not only is it the hometown of Sam Goodman, but the atmosphere. Every time we come here to the Wynn Entertainment Centre, it's absolutely off its head. And I think we've got a really good card that's going to get everybody out of their seats and really enjoy the night here.
Yeah, and a lot of interest in that co-main event that I mentioned. The two former footy players, the former AFL premiership winner, a former NRL premiership winner as well. Did you watch the face-off piece the other day? They've really taken a turn, these two, in this promotion.
Mate, I absolutely loved it. I think that's what professional boxing's about. You've got to put yourself out there. You've got to put it all on the line. And both of these guys were definitely putting it all out there. So I love that I love the war of words. I love that they want to let everybody know how much they hate each other, let everybody know what's coming on Wednesday night. And I just hope, can we get a few more people up here? When these boys actually come up on stage, I might need a few more people in between us. I know we've got Sam in the middle. I know Sam can handle himself, but we might need a few more because, yeah, it was fiery.
Yeah, it certainly was. So we will bring up those fighters shortly when it's their time to talk. So we're going to introduce them individually, the main event and the co-main event. I just want to ask you about the fight between two of the gentlemen already seated here, Liam Wilson and Yusuf Dib. This seems to be the fight that people in boxing circles really want to talk about. It's a fascinating matchup. How do you see it going, and what have you felt about the build-up to that fight?
Well, look, the promo's called All In, and these fighters are going all in on this fight. Liam Wilson coming up in weight, Yui Dib taking a very tough opponent in Liam Wilson. They're both putting it all on the line for the opportunity to go on to greatness on the back of it. They've both had really good careers up until now. This could be a defining moment for both of them, and you know the opportunity's there for both of them to go on to much bigger and better things too. So I'm excited for that fight. I'm excited for every fight on this card. Like I said, every one of these guys is going all in on these fights. There's a lot of 50-50 fights on this card where people are absolutely putting it all on the line, and that's why it's going to make for a great night.
Yeah, some of those fights are represented here at the front table at the moment. What are you most looking forward to on the night out of all of these fights? Because some of these, amongst the guys seated at the front table, are going to be outstanding.
Ben, I'm a big boy. I like the big boys. I'm stoked that we've got some big heavyweights in here. I know that we've got some absolute beautiful boxers on the card, but we've got some big boys here and they're ready to throw down. I know one thing is that you can't blink when these big boys enter the ring. So I'm stoked for these heavyweights. I'm stoked with the talent that we've got on the card. It's a good mix. It's a good blend. Some pure boxing style along with some big boppers in the ring. I cannot wait.
Yeah, let's talk about that main event now, George, because it is, as we mentioned, Sam Goodman. He's mandatory for the world title, currently held by the undisputed star Inoue from Japan, and he takes on Chainoi Worawut, who's joined us here today, the world number 8. We've got our first look at him. He was just over there having some photos taken. Geez, turned up in good nick.
He looks good, man. He looks good, and that's the thing we keep saying. Sam's putting absolutely everything on the line. You have a look at this bloke. He's in supreme condition. He's a top 10 world-ranked fighter. He's here to take everything away from Sam. He's rolling into Wollongong, into Sam's hometown, and he wants to take absolutely everything from him. And the opportunities are there. Sam's Mr. Mandatory. He's Mr. Mandatory. He's there. He's ready to take on Inoue, and he's risking it all here in Wollongong.
George, can you just tell us exactly where things are at in regards to that Inoue fight? Because a lot of speculation globally that Sam has taken this fight instead of taking that fight, that Sam is in advanced negotiations to fight potentially in December. Has there been an offer? Where are things at?
There's been no official offer. Obviously, we'll talk to Mr. Honda about that. They hold all the cards. He's the undisputed champ. He can decide what he wants to do, but Sam gets through this fight and they're still looking for someone for September. I've no doubt that this bloke will put his hand up for it. He'll absolutely put his hand up for anything. When they want it, we're ready for it. We want to take absolutely everything from him. But he's got to get through Wednesday night first. Like we said, there's a huge challenge for him on Wednesday night. He gets through that and we're ready for Inoue. We want to be undisputed.
Well, George, the best place to watch it is on the lounge on Wednesday night on Main Event, available via Foxtel and KO. But if people can get here to Wollongong, what's the deal with the tickets?
Yeah, ticketmaster.com.au or head through the No Limit Boxing website. come in, enjoy the night. Wednesday night for the fights. It's going to be great here. There's no bad seat in the house. And Sam Goodman's going to put on an absolute show. Every one of these guys are going to try and steal the show from him, though. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing who puts their hand up to steal the show.
Thank you so much. That is George Rose. Time to talk to these fighters who join us down the front. And I should mention that we start this broadcast at 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on Fox Sports. So there's 4 fights on Fox Sports before the pay-per-view begins at 7 p.m. Local time. One of those fights is going to be in between Liam Taliva'a, who joins us down the front here, and his opponent is Johan Lind, who I'll start with, 2 from the end at the front table. Good to see you, Johan. Welcome to Wollongong. This is a very interesting fight. How do you feel about being involved in another major heavyweight showdown like this and on a card like this?
Yeah, I feel good. Me and Liam, we've sparred a couple of times last year, so we've kind of had a look at each other, and we obviously are quite confident of each other's matchups of what we can do. But it's been a good preparation, and mate, I love Wollongong, so it's going to be great to be down here. I'm looking at the stadium, and I can just see when this is full, it's just going to be so loud. I'm not going to be able to hear anything down ringside, so it's going to be fantastic.
It looks like a really 50-50 kind of fight, this one, but you've got that insight about the sparring. Can you give us just a little hint as to how things went there so we can try and pick a winner?
Oh, look, Liam's tough. He's got a very good straight left. He's a solid, tough fighter. But we've got a game plan. I don't want to give too much away, but we'll be ready for whatever comes at us.
All right, looking forward to seeing Johan Lind against this man, Liam Taliva'a. Liam, great to see you again. I guess you're still in your glory of winning the punch-off challenge we did at the open workout the other day.
100%. But look, first I want to just thank my Heavenly Father for another opportunity to be on such a prestigious card like this. Number 1 in Australia, No Limit. I'd like to thank the boys for getting me back on, and I'm able to show class what I'm good at and basically do my thing.
What was that sparring like against Johan? He's a huge mountain of a man. How did you go against him?
Yeah, man. We've like I said, like you said, we've shared the ring many times. But I guess, man, Wednesday night just has to, just a bit of a different scene. But nothing too unusual, bro.
You were in a very entertaining fight with Brandon Gratch last year. Is this the same style of a fight? Is it going to be a knock him out, drag him out sort of an affair?
Nah, look, man, we've been in a good camp this one, and just like every other camp, to be honest. But just looking to showcase my boxing skills and obviously what I'm capable of, and just going to show everyone, kind of remind this whole division of who I really am. So, and I believe I'm one of Australia's best heavyweights out here. So, Wednesday night's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, that's a great fight. Looking forward to that one. Thank you, boys. Liam Taliva'a and Johan Lind. That will be the final fight on the pre-show, so on Fox Sports just before 7 p.m. This heavyweight fight is going to be on main event pay-per-view, and it's Brandon Gratch, who we saw in that incredible fight against Liam Taliva'a, against this man, John Mailer, who comes to us from Queensland with an undefeated record. He's 6-0 with 5 stoppage victories. John, hello and welcome to Wollongong. How are you feeling about really getting a chance on the big stage for the first time?
Yeah, I feel good. Thank you for the opportunity for my team to be here, and thank you for Wollongong for having us. Listen, we seen what he did the last fight. That's heavyweight. Anyone can get caught in the punch, and that's the outcome. So, yeah, we feel good and we're ready for Wednesday.
How big a puncher are you? Because we've seen little clips on social media, always knocking people out. You've got that incredible record at this stage of your career. Are you one of the biggest punchers in Australia, do you think?
Oh, definitely up there, bro. Definitely up there. But like I said before, man, one punch changes the game. So, he's got to be aware of that at all times.
Brandon had a few things to say the other day. He said you can't build the muscles on your chin. Did you hear him having a little crack at you there?
Yeah, that was a pretty funny comment. I thought it was very clever of him to say that. But listen, they said they got a game plan. I'll remind him what Mike Tyson said. Everyone's got a game plan until they get punched in the face.
Let's talk to Brandon Gratch, who's down here on the ends of the front table. There you go. Do you have a response, Brandon?
Man, war, destruct and destroy, to take a page out of Hagler's book. I've been waiting 8 months to get back in the ring and punch someone with 10-ounce gloves on. And man, you're right, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. And I've seen a little bit of John. And no disrespect to the guy, he's gotten where he is today. He's 6-0. I'm here to make him 6-1. And I'm keen to see what else he brings to the ring other than power. I think some guys fall in love with their power, and I know what tools I've got, so I'm interested to see what you've got on Wednesday night.
This can't be a fight that goes the distance, though, can it? It doesn't look that way on paper, Brandon.
2 big boys, 2 big punches. Who's going to want it the most? I don't know. Obviously, the last fight was a cracker. We're always prepared to go the distance. Where this fight's 6 rounds, we're prepared for 6 rounds. But just like the last fight, anyway it goes down, that's how it goes. And one punch can change everything. So who knows?
Must be an exciting time to be a heavyweight in this country at the moment, Brandon, with the fights that are on this card and cards around the country. It's clearly a division on the up in Australia.
Yeah, absolutely. Heavyweight division is back in Australia. I don't know so much about the world scene, but when I look here in Australia, I think this heavyweight division can rival a lot of countries overseas, the US, the UK, and beyond into Europe. I think of the competition that's out there, and there's some great fights to be made here in Australia. So, man, don't take your eyes off the Oz heavyweight division.
Thanks so much, Brandon Grach. So looking forward to those heavyweight fights. We're going to go to super welterweight now, and it's Munir Fati taking on Anton Markovic. Both of these fighters have had just the one loss in their professional careers so far. A fascinating style matchup, and I'll start with Anton Markovic, who joins us down at the front table. Most recently, we saw him causing that upset and spoiling the party, really, against Viliami Liava when he stopped him with a body shot. What have you been doing since then? They tell me you sparred the next day and you fought a couple of weeks later.
Yeah, that's right, Ben. I'm of the opinion that as a fighter, you should be ready to fight at any time. And right now I'm ready to take on as many tests as I can and just show my skill on as big a stage as possible.
Do you really need to spar the day after your fight, though? Have you got sparring planned for this Thursday?
Maybe, we'll see how it goes.
What have you seen from Munir? Because stylistically, it looks like he's the mover in this fight and you're the puncher. Is that the way you see it?
Well, he is pretty slick. He does have power too, which is also something to be aware of. But I'm of the opinion that I can get the stoppage this fight as well.
And what does a win like this do for you, do you think? Because it's a stacked and a very important division in this country at super welterweight at the moment.
He's a very good test of my ability. I do believe I'm constantly testing myself and testing my ability, and that in order to become better as a fighter, I have to keep constantly testing my ability with good fighters, very good fighters such as him. So, yeah, 100% what this will do for my mentality and what this will do for me as a fighter, it will make me improve in leaps and bounds.
All right, thank you, Anton Markovic. Now to Munir Fati, who joins us down the ends of the front table there. Munir, did you watch that fight when Anton scored that huge stoppage victory to the body? He's obviously a big puncher.
Yeah, first thing I want to say, thank God for everything. Yeah, I watch him, but you can't stop weak people. Easy to stop weak people, but know me, man. Know me, I'm different. I'm different level. I'm different level, my man. You can see this one in Wednesday night.
Would you argue that you're the bigger puncher? You've got 6 stoppages. You've stopped every one of your opponents that you've beaten. Are you the bigger puncher in this fight?
Yeah. Of course, everyone, you know me, I'm a bigger puncher. Ask people you fight me. Ask people you spar me. You can't tell you this one. Look, I want to say, in the last fight, I want to say, first thing, I want a quick advice for all the fighters in the world. Please don't make decision for money. Don't make decision for money, because guess what? Money back and gone. But decision always stay in your head. This one has happened to me, the last fight. I make decision, I'm not prepared 100%. I make decision early, and still I have problem in my hand. Well, I still fight, and it's not my weight division. I do catch weight, I go to middleweight. This one has happened to me. First thing, I want alhamdulillah for everything, but in this fight, I'm 100% prepared. I'm 100% ready. Let's go with Wednesday night. Let's go, my friend, to make war.
Fantastic. That is a great fight between Manu Fati and Anton Markovic that you'll see at Super Welterweight. That'll be part of the pay-per-view broadcast, as will this fight between the two-time former world title challenger in Liam Wilson from Queensland and 21-1 Yusuf Dib, who joins us as well. And I'll start with Yusuf. Gee, you look relaxed and ready and comfortable. Why has this preparation been different for you and seemingly better?
This preparation has been amazing because I'm coming up against a really great fighter. I need to make sure that I've done all that I can do leading into this fight. So I walk in there with the absolute confidence knowing that I'm going to get this victory, and that's what I've done. I've prepared, I've left no stone unturned, and I've prepared for the very best Liam Wilson. I believe he's prepared for a tune-up, and that's going to make the difference on Wednesday night.
Do you think he's looking past you? Because he's mentioned George Kambosos, as have others, as being a potential next opponent for the winner of this fight. Do you think Liam has one foot in that ring?
There's definitely been a lot of disrespect in that regard. Obviously, there's mutual respect between Liam and I. We're both family men, but he obviously doesn't respect me as a fighter, talking about George Kambosos and how his next bout is going to be against George Kambosos and how this is a tune-up leading into that. He's going to pay for it.
Do you see an advantage in the fact that, and Munir just talked about weight divisions, you're an established lightweight now, Liam's coming up in weight. Do you think that plays into your hands in this fight?
Most definitely. He's been stopped in 3 of his last 7 bouts. Yes, against world-class fighters. I'm going to prove that I'm a world-class fighter too, and I'm going to continue on that trend.
So you stop Liam Wilson in this fight?
Whether it's a stoppage, whether it's whatever it is, it's victory. I believe that he falls apart 4, 5, 6 rounds in. If it happens in 7, 8, 9, 10, I've got 10 rounds to do it. I'm ready to get it done.
That is Yusuf Dib. I'll go straight to Liam Wilson now. Liam, some really strong words there from Yusuf, stronger than we've heard throughout this build-up so far. I wanted to talk to you about how you feel physically 24 hours out from weighing in at lightweight, but do you also want to respond to anything that Yusuf said there?
Everything he said is very true. I've had 3 losses at super featherweight, where I'm a bit vulnerable there. Now I'm at a healthy division, lightweight. I feel much more alive, and I'm ready for fight night. I can't wait to campaign this new weight division and show everyone what I can do here. I'm excited for this, and look, the past is the past, and I've had to go back to the drawing board with my team and reassess everything. I'm ready for Wednesday night, and I can't wait to campaign this new weight.
Yeah, tell us what this fight does mean to you, because we've seen you in Arizona a couple of times. One time you should have become a world champion, and the other time you fought bravely but lost against Oscar Valdez. What does this mean coming right now against Yusuf Dib?
Look, as Yusuf said before, I've had 3 losses, but let's please remind the public who they're against. Chainoi, I avenged that loss straight away. Navarrete, I knocked him out in 4 rounds, and we'll see what happened there. And my last fight against Valdez, it's an unfortunate outcome, but I'm back to the drawing board. I've moved up a weight division, I'm fit and healthy here, and ready to showcase my skills on Wednesday night.
How big a puncher are you at lightweight, do you think?
We'll have to wait and see on Wednesday night. I feel strong, I feel fit, and I feel much more energetic where I am right now. I feel like, honestly, I feel like this fight's happening because the team and Yusuf have taken this fight because they think I'm vulnerable, and they're sadly mistaken. Here I'm a lot more healthier, and I'm ready.
What's your prediction, Liam? Do you stop Yusuf Dib? He's just said that he stops you, most likely.
Yeah, well, you can try. Look, I feel good, and look, a gym mate of mine, Miles Zalewski, grazed him with a left hook. Wait until mine lands.
All right, that is a great fight between Liam Wilson and Yusuf Dib. Cannot wait for that one. And now we're going to introduce the 4 fighters involved in our co-main and our main event. Firstly, 6 3-minute rounds at heavyweight. Could you please welcome to the stage your former NRL Premiership winner, 2-0 as a professional boxer. This is Curtis Scott, and a former AFL Premiership winner, looking for his first professional victory as a boxer. This is the monstrous Barry Hall. Let's hear it for these fighters in our co-main event. as they face off. And the heavyweights can take their seats. As we welcome the two fighters involved in our main event on the program here at the Win Entertainment Centre on Wednesday night. Firstly, joining us from Thailand, he is number 8 in the world and undefeated in 26 professional fights. Please welcome Chainoi Worawut. And also the king of Wollongong. He is Mr. Mandatory, undefeated in 18 professional fights, number 1 in the world with the WBO and the IBF. This is Sam Goodman. We'll let the super bantamweights take their seats, and nice photo bombing from the front there, Curtis Scott. We will start with Curtis Scott. In fact, Curtis, good to see you again. What's the response been to the face-off that we did the other day, and particularly your energy towards Barry Hall?
I'm not on social media leading into the fight, so I haven't really seen too much. I've had a few people come up to me and bring up things that were said, and I'm sure everyone had a laugh and thought it was quite entertaining, and that's what we're here to do. So, yeah.
Anything stick with you out of it, though? He called, most notably, probably called you a nobody.
Yeah, that's fine. That's all good. He's going to know who I am on Wednesday night. He might not know who I am because he's going to be knocked the fuck out. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Do you think he got in his head during that face-off piece? And I don't know if that was the idea, but do you think you got in there?
Yeah, I could see the doubt literally coming out of his head while I was talking to him. So I definitely think I'm in his head, and I know there's doubt in there, and he's questioning a lot of things, and yeah, I'm going to expose it.
You firmly believe that he doesn't want to be here or doesn't want to get in that ring on Wednesday night?
I think he's looked past me this whole camp. He spoke about Gallen the whole time, and yeah, I genuinely think he's looking past me and he's underestimating what I've got, and yeah, it's going to be a shock to him on Wednesday night when we get out there.
Paul Gallen obviously got a good mention the other day. Has he reached out over the last few days with any advice or any thoughts on what's been going down?
Yeah, he came to my last spar on Saturday, and you know, just was just giving me confidence and wishing me luck, and that's it.
Do you have anything further you'd like to say to Barry? Because this might be the last opportunity before your fight on Wednesday night. Any words for Barry Hall?
I think everything's been said. I think it's been a great build-up. I'm sure he's worked extremely hard. I've worked extremely hard, and I'm just itching to get out there and getting to work and doing what I love.
Is your prediction that you take him out early in this fight?
We're prepared for 6 rounds. We're prepared for the best Barry Hall, and we're expecting that. He's in great nick. He's a big man, and I'm sure he's got a lot of power, and he can box really well. So we're expecting the best Barry Hall, and I'm just looking forward to get out there and give another statement.
Well, that is Curtis Scott, and this is Barry Hall. Barry, a lot said the other day, and the build-up to this fight has really taken a turn in recent days. Are you getting a sense now why, as you put it yourself, Curtis Scott is not well liked?
No, he's not well liked, and look, I think at the end of the day, a lot of fighters have to bluff themselves into stuff sometimes, and I think that the trash talk that come out on the face-off was, a lot of it was ridiculous, really. But if that's what he has to do to get himself in fight mode, that's great. I've been accused of, looking past him with Paul Gallen and all these sorts of things, and I'm just answering questions that people put to me. And the point that I brought up was, it's because people aren't talking about Curtis Scott, first and foremost. So I've had to get a lot of physio on my back because I've carried this fight's promotion a lot, and he probably should maybe give a clip of his fight purse to Paul Gallen because no one really wants to talk about Curtis Scott.
He says he saw doubt in you the other day. What did you see in him?
I seen a guy who was saying stuff that he didn't really mean. As soon as the cameras went off, he changed his energy. So, as I said, some fighters bluff their way into thinking they're confident, thinking they've done everything right. I know in my whole heart that I've done everything possible. I could not have done more. I've had the best sparring. I'm in the best shape of my life, and people might think that that's ridiculous at the age of 47. Believe me, I am. I'm the best fighter I can be, and I just want to show it now.
Curtis, you're sitting right up to the mic there. Do you want to respond to anything that has been said? Essentially, he's saying that you are bluffing your way through this.
Honestly, I don't even know why he keeps saying no. If I wanted to be like where everyone, mate, I'd buy an ice cream truck, all right? Like, honestly, it's got nothing to do with anything. We're going out there and we're fighting, and that's it. Like, I'm not here to make more friends. I'm here to knock you out, and that's it.
Barry, jump back in.
Oh, that's nice. That's great. Look, in everything that sells, there's a hero and a villain. He's certainly not a hero, that's for sure. So he's got to take the villain card. So if he's got to play that role, that's fine. Or maybe he can go back to ice creams after this.
What have people been saying to you? I know that you were saying people were reaching out, asking you to knock him out. I'm sure that's stepped up over the last few days.
Yeah, it's stepped up quite a bit. I don't have to hide off social media because I can handle it. So that has come up, but I've got a firm focus, and as I said, I've prepared, I've done everything. I've got a job to do Wednesday night, and it's going to get done.
Is it fair to say that he flicked a little bit of a switch with you during that face-off? Because talking to you straight afterwards, I don't think you were rattled, but you certainly were surprised by how aggressive he came to that event as.
Oh, it was just full of shit, really, to be honest. So I wasn't rattled. It was just a different energy, and it's fight week now, so I'm fine with that energy. That's what we're here to do. We're not here to it's not a tickling contest. We're here to hurt each other, and not that I'm going out there to try and stop him, but we've got a process in place that if a stoppage comes, I'm going to be quite happy.
Final words to Curtis before we wrap up, and we'll see you again at the weigh-in tomorrow.
Yeah, look, I know he's come prepared, and as have I. I've mentioned it a couple of times. You can think you've come prepared, and then you don't get the result, and you go, oh, if, buts, maybes. I've been there before as well. The worst thing that can happen in boxing has already happened to me, so I've got no fear at all. Got no fear. I've already been knocked out in the first round, so I'm coming in this with no doubt. I don't have to do this. I want to do this, and Curtis is coming from a different place, but he's certainly no Latrell Mitchell either. So just thought I'd put that in there.
All right, thank you so much, Barry Hall and Curtis Scott. That's your co-main events on Wednesday night. Our main event is between two world-ranked fighters, the number one in the world at Super Bantamweight and the mandatory world title challenger in Sam Goodman, and Thailand's Chainoi Worawut, who joins us with his translator B, who's down the front of the stage and will translate the world number 8 as we welcome him firstly to the country. Great to see him, and clearly he's in very good condition. How's he feeling since arriving in Australia?
ยินดีต้อนรับคุณวรวุฒินะคะเขาเห็นกันว่าที่คุณวรวุฒิเตรียมตัวมาแข็งแกร่งดูแข็งแกร่งดีตอนนี้ความรู้สึกเป็นยังไงคะก็ตอนนี้ความรู้สึกมั่นใจมากครับเกิน 100% พร้อมที่จะสู้กับเขามากครับผม At the moment I am absolutely more than 100% ready. I feel very strong and I'm ready to go to war.
A lot of talk in the build-up to this fight about the opportunity for Sam Goodman to fight against Naoya Inoue for all of the belts. Is that a fight that Chainoi would like? Does he think if he beats Sam Goodman, he gets the Inoue fight?
ในการเตรียมตัวของที่จะมาต่อยกันวันพุธนี้นะมีการคุยกันเยอะมากว่าคุณแซมกูดแมนถ้าได้ชนะคุณวรวุฒิจะได้ไปต่อยกับคุณอินุเวะที่ญี่ปุ่นอันนี้คือเป็นสิ่งที่คุณวรวุฒิอยากได้ทำด้วยไหมคะก็มันเป็นความคิดของผมตั้งแต่ต้นแล้วก่อนที่จะมาเจอแซมกูดแมนก็ผมก็ตั้งใจที่ต่อยมาก็เพื่อจะเจอแชมป์แต่
การที่มาต่อยกับแซมกู๊ดแมนก็เป็นการวัดประสิทธิภาพของผมว่าผมจะได้ไปต่อยกับอิโนเอะหรือไม่ผมก็ตั้งใจมาเหมือนกันครับไฟล์นี้
The fight against Inoue is something that I have wanted from the very start. It's always been my dream, and I have trained really hard for this fight. Even with Sam Goodman, it's a fight that I came to test myself, and I think that I have a really good shot with Inoue.
And just finally, his prediction for this fight with Sam Goodman, because clearly he's confident he wins this fight. Why?
คุณชายน้อยคิดว่าผลที่ต่อยวันพุธนี้จะออกมาเป็นยังไงคะแล้วก็ทำไม
เราไม่สามารถรู้ผลได้แต่ความคิดผมก็ต้องเป็นฝ่ายที่ผมต้องเอาชนะให้ได้อยู่แล้ว
We will never know the decision in the future, but my goal and my thinking is that I am going to win because that's what I prepared for and that's what I want.
Okay, thank you very much, B, and thank you, Chainoi. Welcome to Australia. I'll go now to the mandatory world title challenger in Sam Goodman. Sam, you got your first chance to get a look at Chainoi today. What do you see?
Look, he's a good fighter. I've seen what I had to see in the preparation leading up to this, so I've seen what I need to see. I know he's a good fighter. He's world ranked, and he's obviously here to fight. I know he's looking at this as almost an audition for him to get that shot. But look, I'm here to, I'm laser focused on this. I'm not looking past this one. Like I said, I am all in for this. I haven't looked past him. I'm ready to go, and I'm in the shape of my life, and I'm ready to handle business in Wollongong. I'm excited to bring another big show here and to do it all over again.
He didn't want to face off with you over here, though.
Yeah, he doesn't want to step to me already, so he's hiding behind Curtis. So, look, I reckon that could be a bit of sign of what's to come on Wednesday.
Tell us what you've seen, though, having a look at him, because it looks like he's a puncher. It looks like he's turned up looking strong. Is that his advantage?
He looks small, I reckon. He's got the fours on. He still looks small. So, look, I think I'll make what I need to make of him on Wednesday night. I'm not going to read too much into all that sort of stuff. I just know I'm the better fighter. I'm going to get out there and handle business as I usually do.
What about what George Rose, your promoter, said just earlier? You're happy to get over there in September if they need you to get in against Inoue should he come through this fight?
Look, like I said, I'm focused on this fight and getting past this one. I'm not looking past this. All my focus is completely on this. But Inoue, he's taken on my sloppy seconds over in September. So he's fighting TJ. I've already been there and done it. So look, I've already been there, beat TJ. I'll see him at the end of the year.
Tell us about Wollongong and how it's reacted to the build-up to another Sam Goodman headlined fight here in the Win Entertainment Centre.
Look, it's been a little bit more low-key than the last time. I think it's been a bit more tame, but it's good. It's going to be rowdy by the time fight night rolls around. You know what we always bring, and we always bring the noise, we bring the heat, and it's going to be an unbelievable atmosphere here once again. I know everyone's coming and supporting, so look, I'm grateful for all the support that's turning out and everyone who's getting around the event. And continue to get in, get your tickets, buy your pay-per-views, and let's put on a massive show on Wednesday night.
You did make a statement in that last fight against Mark Schleves. Now you're in with the world number 8 and you've got that opportunity potentially just around the corner. Are you looking to do the same thing? Are you looking to get him out of there?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got to keep putting on big performances and against world-class guys like this. So I'm most certainly I'm going to put my best foot forward, and if the opportunity presents itself to get him out and take him out, absolutely, that's the goal. That's the name of the game. But I'll do it smart. I'll go through my process as I need to, and I'll make sure he's a beaten man.
And your final words, Sam, for the people who are watching and thinking about tuning in on main events on Wednesday night, or those who can get here to Wollongong as well to have a look at the action, or to the Mad Bunch who no doubt will be piling into the joint come Wednesday night.
Absolutely. So get your tickets, get your pay-per-view sorted. You don't want to miss this one. It's going to be full of action. Great card. It's going to be a massive show, so don't miss it. Who knows when we're back.
Yeah, don't miss it. It is a huge night of boxing that comes to you on Wednesday night live on Main Event Television. Thanks for your company at today's press conference. We'll see you tomorrow at the weigh-in at midday Australian Eastern Standard Time, and then on Wednesday at the fights. I'm Ben Damon. I'll see you at the fights.
So there we go, all pretty civilised between Sam Goodman and his opponent Chainoi Worawut coming face to face for the very first time. But make no mistake, the tension is there and it's all going to spill out in the ring on Wednesday night right here at the Wollongong Entertainment Centre. If you haven't already ordered this fight now, you can scan the QR code or head to mainevent.com.au. We're going to have a chat to Sammy Goodman and No Limit boss George Rose in just a moment. But Barry Hall's been good enough to step in alongside me. Barry, great to see you. Nice to have that final exchange with Curtis and get everything off your chest.
Oh yeah, look, it's I don't mind doing this stuff. I'm sort of a little bit used to it, so it's okay. It's just part of the process, and yeah, we'll next time we see each other tomorrow in the weigh-in, and then it's fight time. So looking forward to it.
What did you see when you walked up on stage and you stared into his eyes for a few moments there? Did you see a few nerves?
Oh, look, I don't really read into that stuff too much. I don't see anything, to be perfectly honest. People go, I've seen fear, I've seen doubt. Like, I've seen some pupils. I don't see anything. But look, I know he's going to come to fight, regardless. He's a fighter. I've seen his previous fights. That's what he does, and he's good at it. So I'm not taking this lightly at all. I know it's going to be a tough night.
From standing back and watching, though, you seem a little bit more relaxed than he does. There was seemed a little bit maybe more refrained when he was talking, had a few lines in his head. Fair to say that you are maybe the more relaxed one going into this fight?
Yeah, I'm very relaxed. As I mentioned up on stage, I've had the worst nightmare from a boxing point of view. I've been knocked out in my last fight in the first round. Did all that training and then you get knocked out in the first round. It was terrible. So all those fears are eradicated. Like, I don't mind getting knocked out. It doesn't actually hurt. You wake up and you're fine. But all those fears are gone now. So yeah, it's a weight off my shoulders almost. I can go in there and enjoy it and fight and just show the real me as a boxer. So I'm looking forward to that.
What did you make of his comments? He's doubling down on, the thoughts that you're in your head, that he's got under your skin. There are some doubts in your mind. I mean, what do you make of those comments he said today?
Oh, it's funny. It's usually people who say that who've got the real doubts, and he's not really confident in what he says, and it's not really confident in what he's saying. You can tell he's stumbling. He's not really sure. So I'm very sure about what I'm doing, what I talk about, and my actions are going to be pretty sure on Wednesday night.
Well, you look great. You look in fantastic shape. What will the next 48 hours look like for you?
Weighing tomorrow, but we're just relaxing. I've got a really good team around me. There's no point running the fight through your mind over and over again. When it's the bell goes, that's when we'll think about it. But I'm just going to relax and enjoy it.
I mean, when you compare what you were doing, those 2.5 years ago going into the Sunnyville fight, were you sort of, thinking a lot more about that fight and what was happening? Were you more in your head, you would say, a couple of years ago?
Yeah, it's a totally different vibe now. I'm probably at the stage now where things start to fall apart with the Sunny fight, and now it's starting to really come together. So, totally different situation. It doesn't guarantee an outcome, but I'm just in a way better space, so I'm looking forward to it.
What about physically? Because you were obviously a bit more, you said gaunt, you felt going into the Sunnyville fight, but, almost been 5 years since the Paul Gallen fight. Do you feel like you are similar physically in some ways?
Absolutely. I'm 8 to 10 kilos heavier. And, yeah, I did feel gaunt. And, yeah, I didn't eat during the day or the fight. You can have all these excuses you want. That's my fault. But I certainly won't make those mistakes again.
Well, you look great. You look in great shape. We'll see you tomorrow at the weigh-in. Appreciate your time.
Cheers. Thanks.
Thanks very much to Barry Hall. Let's bring in George Rose and Sammy Goodman. Sammy, how was that for you coming face-to-face with Worawut for the first time?
I almost wouldn't call it face-to-face. He didn't want to come forward. I was asking someone to go push him. But, yeah, he's almost hiding behind Curtis. So, yeah, it's what it is. But to be honest, I think he looks pretty small. I don't know. I felt a bit bigger up there, like he was wearing the big Nikes too, so it's a bit weird to say for a super bantamweight, but I felt big.
A very, very different build-up for you. I mean, we can't help but compare it to Mark Schlieb's a few months ago when, things were pretty nasty. There was that war of words going on, but it's, a lot more civilised and polite this time. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it is leading up, but look, I'm not going to be civilised and polite when it gets in there, so I'm like that in all my fights, but I've got that nasty side to me, and I'm going to show it on Wednesday, so I think I'll pull the pressure on, and I'm really looking to hurt him, so that's just where my head's at the moment. He's not coming here into my hometown and taking this away from me. Like, everything I've done throughout my life has led me to this moment, and I take great privilege being here and great pride, bringing a big show here, and He's not beating me at home, no way.
Look, Sam Goodman in Wollongong is an absolute showman. I can understand the hesitation for Worawut when he didn't want to come face-to-face with Sam. Sam fighting here in Wollongong is a guy you don't want to be in the ring with. He puts on an absolute show here and gets the crowd up out of their seats. So it's going to be the same thing on Wednesday night, I think.
Your first time as a promoter getting a look at him. What did you make of him?
Look, I think, you know, he looks good. He looks good. He looks ready. I think the confidence that he had in the interview on stage, you know, the fact that he's talking about this as something to test himself. I'm like, this is Mr. Mandatory. Don't forget that this is Mr. Mandatory that you're stepping in against. And the fact that he's saying that he sees Sam as something to test himself before going on to Inouye, that's enough reason for Sam to come out there and put on a big show.
Yeah, what did you make of those comments, Sammy?
I don't know if he really believes him. Like he said, it's a dream. For me, it's reality. So it's he can keep dreaming. I'll keep doing it. So that's my plan. I'm going to get through this. Look, I said I'm firmly focused on tomorrow night, but I do know what lies ahead as well. And I know end of the year, that's my shot. That's my name on that December fight. So I'm fully focused on here, but everything's leading to that moment of me becoming an undisputed world champion, and he's a stepping stone to get there for me. It's another tough test, and I'm prepared for it. It's cliche as, but I am in the shape of my life. I've done everything from my nutrition to my training camp. It's been on point. My training camp's always on point, but particularly with my nutrition, you'll see me. I'm in the best shape of my life. When I make weight tomorrow, I'm ready to do it all, and yeah, I'm in a real good place. I'm happy. Like I said, I'm happy to be home for a little bit and put on a show. And I'm just excited. I'm really excited for this one, and I'm excited for another test at world level.
And as you said as well, you don't want to rush the opportunity to face. In a way, Ben sort of mentioned, you know, say September popped up. I mean, as you said, he's fighting TJ Donaghy, but if that was to change, you don't want that fight until the end of the year, do you?
No, it's not even just about. It's about going in as fresh as I can be, and whether that is in September, who knows? If you get a cut in this fight, like, who am I to say what's to happen in this fight? So, look, I'm not planning anything past Wednesday night, but I know I will be fine for that December fight. I know I get into that fight fresh, my best self at 100%, and that's when you'll get the best out of me. So that's always been the plan for us. But look, things do change, and you never know. But like I said, I'm not planning anything past Wednesday night. I'm fully focused on Chainoi, and that's that. So it's my head's nowhere else in the future. It's all about make weight tomorrow and then do the business on Wednesday.
Yeah, look, I think it's a big opportunity for everyone to see Sam for what could be the last time that we get to see him here for a while too. Given the stage that he's at in his career, you know, this from here, we're looking at Japan, we're looking at USA. Like a lot of his fights could end up overseas from here. So it could be the last time we get to see him here in Wollongong for quite some time. So also a really exciting moment, not only for us, but everybody who's got behind him to this point as well. Is this been on the journey with Sam Goodman? You know, this could be the last time in Australia for some time, so don't miss out on that opportunity.
So does that mean we get to see a statement from you? Is this an opportunity to send a message to Inouye and to the boxing world that, hey, you're coming and you mean business?
Absolutely, and that's with every fight, but it's, like I said up there, I'm not worried about all the outside noise too much. You know, I'm not putting all those external pressures on myself. It's all about me getting victory, and that's, I know I'm already positioned as #1 in the world. The only step further is being a world champion. So it's purely about victory and doing whatever I have to do to get that. Of course, every fighter wants to do it in great fashion, and I'm like that in every fight. I'll go through my process and break this guy down. And like I said, I'll make him a beaten man. Don't worry about that. But it's about going through my processes, getting it right, and if I can knock him out, I'll knock him out.
What happens between now and this time tomorrow?
Look, it's just a little bit of training, make the weight, relax, feed back up, you know, put all that weight back on, and let's go.
Get the mad bounce roll up as well. Sam, really appreciate your time. We'll see you back here for the weigh-in tomorrow. Let's bring, we'll keep you here, George. Yep. Sammy, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll bring Liam Wilson in for a quick chat now. Liam, how was that for you? Get a chance to get everything off your chest to Yui?
Yeah, it was good. It's good to finally be here in fight week. You know, we're a few days out, and you know, I'm feeling good. Trying to get the weight down and lock in for fight night.
Some strong words from Yui. Stronger than what we've heard before?
Very strong, and I think he's coming into this fight really confident. He has fought against one of Liam's stablemates, who Liam's obviously done a lot of rounds with him, Miles Zalewski, and it was a great fight. We saw Yui get hurt, but bounce back up from, it looked like from the death. He bounced back up and really put on a great performance to finish that fight. But I know that Liam's also had a lot of experience with Miles too, so I think that fight alone is something that probably can give you a lot of confidence going into it too, Liam.
Absolutely. You know, he had a good performance there against Miles. I know Miles very well in the gym, so for him to come away with the win, although I thought he was pretty lucky, the count was about 40 seconds long. That's longer than the Navarrete one. But look, it is what it is. I'm focused on fight night, and I'm expecting a tough game. Yusuf did.
What do you make of his comments that you see this as a tune-up, that you're already looking past him?
You know, it's funny. I think it's both ways. I think they're doing the same with me. I think they're purely taking this fight based on the fact that they think I'm vulnerable. You know, I'm coming off a loss. That they think it's the time to take the fight. But you know, I'm in a weight division now where I feel a lot more healthier, re-energised, and you know, I can't just showcase the skills on fight night.
How do you compare how you're feeling now, 24 hours out from weigh-in, to how you would usually feel?
Look, it's pretty surreal. I haven't been this weight for a long time. I haven't fought this weight for a long time. Super featherweight for me was a weight division I used to make when I was 16 years old. So to be a weight division where I feel re-energised, alive, it feels pretty surreal for me. I feel great, and I can't wait to put it all to play on fight night.
It's important because it's not just physically, it's mentally as well. Your mindset, you seem positive. You know, there's so many different areas that need to be ticked ahead of the fight on Wednesday night. Yeah, look, absolutely, and I think that's why it's such an exciting thing for us all to see how Liam is actually going to go at this weight, because I think Yui is the perfect opponent for him. Yui's had a great record at this division, but Liam's got a lot of history against a lot of lightweights as well. You know, over your time, there's been a lot of guys that you've fought and beat at this weight division. So I think for what we can get to see from Liam as a lightweight, I'm really excited. I know the power that he has as a super featherweight. I'm curious to see whether that improves or what happens as a lightweight, because he's always been a big super featherweight. I think he'll be a big lightweight as well. You didn't want to say much to Benny Damon, but are we going to see a bit more power from you on Wednesday? Look, I feel energised. I feel ready. I feel like I could fight lightweight or super lightweight. Super featherweight for me was a really draining sort of thing to get to. It took a lot out of me, and I feel like we're going to see a new re-energised Liam come fight night. I'm excited for this. I feel like they've purely taken this fight because they think I'm vulnerable, and I'm going to shut some mouths up. Well, like, when Ben asked you if he was going to knock you out, he didn't say yes, but he said he would look to get rid of you in rounds 3, 4, 5 and 6, and maybe if it took longer. You know, do you read anything into the fact that he couldn't say categorically that he's going to knock you out? Look, I know he has a valid point there. In the past, I've probably declined in the middle rounds of the fight, but that's what you get when you make super featherweight. A guy my size getting down, it really did drain me. So I can't wait for Wednesday to, you know, my first fight at lightweight. I feel much better. I can't wait to showcase what I can do here. What are you going to do? What are we going to see from you? Look, I don't know, but I've got you put me on the spot there. Look, I've got to focus on Yusuf Dib. I want bigger fights out there at lightweight, but let's focus on Wednesday night. I've trained very hard. I put in a good camp, and I'm ready for 10 rounds. So we'll see. What do you think happens, George? Look, I think it's a huge opportunity for Liam. I think Liam makes a statement fight here, either way, whatever it goes. If Liam wins, I think it's a huge statement for him, and it sets up one of them big domestic showdowns. Like the last time we had a big domestic showdown, Tim Tszyu, Jeff Horn. I think that's what can build off the back of this. A big win for Liam. We can look at that replicating again with Liam and George Kambosos. All right, well, Liam, we hope you're right. We'll look forward to seeing you back here for the weigh-in tomorrow, looking healthy, looking fit. George, appreciate your time as always, and thanks very much for your company today from the press conference. We'll see you back here tomorrow for the weigh-in live from midday on Fox League. Have a great day.
Fight week. It's for high rollers only. For prize fighters like Sam Goodman, he's got the guts to go all in. All in on his undisputed world title shot and on that guaranteed $1 million payday. One slip against this undefeated Thai knockout machine.